So, hey everyone, Rohan Dhawan here, founder of Viewability, and today I have a special star client with us, Anuja, who actually joined us literally, I think, a year ago, as she was saying. And again, the results she has achieved are literally amazing, and we are going to dive deeper into what kind of results she has achieved. But before we do that, Anuja, if you don't mind, can you tell everybody a little bit about your background, where exactly you're from, and how did you get stumble across this digital marketing field and domain?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Rohan, first of all, for giving me this amazing platform and the amazing community that we have built online. So, I'll give you a summary about myself. So, I'm the founder of Brandmate Consult, and about 1.5 years ago, I was, a little frustrated with my job. I was thinking what should I do in order for me to quit my 9 to 5 and start doing something of my own. And I had a little bit of experience and interest in digital marketing, and that's when I had started doing some free online courses or YouTube, watching some of those YouTube videos, but those were not getting me anywhere.
Hmm.
Right, it was a plethora of unstructured information everywhere, and the more I was learning, the more I was getting lost. Where do I get started? The biggest question, the biggest problem that I was facing at that point was, where do I get started, and what are the services that I should provide, and how do I package them? That was my biggest challenge. And that is when I had come across your ads, and your ads actually stood out from all the other digital marketing guru ads that I was seeing. They were like the run of the mill ads. I still remember your one of your ads where you were holding placards and throwing placards one after the one, and those kind of ads actually captured my attention. And I always believe, as someone who's offering digital marketing services, their digital marketing campaign should be on point. If
Mm-hmm.
their own digital marketing campaigns are not on point, they're not doing digital marketing for their own sales properly, then I really fail to understand what kind of services they are offering for their clients. So
Right.
your ads actually captured my attention, and then I saw your ads a few times, like 4 to 5 times, and then I went through your website and sorry, your training,
Hmm.
and the way you delivered the webinar, that was really good. And then I scheduled for the call, and
Right.
it was a free call, so of course I had nothing to lose. And then I spoke with Pratham, and before the call ended with Pratham, I had already made up my mind that I think I need this program, and this program is what I needed at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the call ended, I had made up my mind, but then I still wanted to go through the course structure and take a little bit of time,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a huge investment from my end, and I had already quit my job then. So, after discussing with my family and after convincing that yes, this is the one that I need and not those free courses that I had been doing for the last 2 3 months. So after 2 days, I again got on a call with Pratham, and I took this decision. And I would say this is one of the greatest decisions I have taken in the last 2 years. Uh, the best I would say is to leave my 9 to 5 job, and the second best is to join your program. And there has been no looking back, and this was absolutely perfect for me, because I learned about digital marketing. I learned how to package my services and how to get started.
Right.
You had me that starting point, and yes, there's no end to learning. I would not say that I did not have to look at another course, or I did not have to look at another video. Yes, I did have to look at other videos even after your course, but none of those courses or none of those videos taught me what your course has taught me.
Wow.
So I will definitely recommend for anyone who is willing to start a digital marketing consultancy of their own. This is the course one should definitely opt for.
Wow, thank you so much, Anuja, for the kind words, and obviously, congratulations upon like the results that you have also achieved. Anuja, tell me something. when you were thinking about getting into this digital marketing field and quitting your job, what was your main goal for entering digital marketing? Were you planning to maybe get a job in this field, or you always wanted to start an agency or like be an entrepreneur?
I I did not. My purpose of joining this course was I don't want to work under somebody else. I
Right,
wanted a location independent. I would not say a location independent. Something of my own.
right.
I did not know what it would be,
Hmm.
but I knew very sure that I want to do something for my own self and not work under someone else. And I had this dream, and I still have this. I don't know whether I'll be able to make this come true or not, but I want to have a small women-only team. My team will be all women, and most of my clients are women-led businesses.
Right.
So this is my dream. I don't know how soon I'll be able to do that, but I'm striving for a small team like that. So let's see whether that happens or not.
Well, you have already made a lot of progress and at least achieving one part, which is getting, a lot of female clients. Now, just like the final step is left. So that's pretty great. So Anuja, you wanted to be an entrepreneur and you want to have your own thing. Like, is this something that you always wanted? Like, do you come from a family of entrepreneurs, or like, where did this desire come from? What I'm trying to actually find out.
Absolutely no. So my father is a retired central government employee. So
Wow.
he,
Okay.
yeah, and he has been
Complete
working.
polar opposite path you decided to take.
And he has been working in the same company since he was 25 to he was 60 years old. So that is the kind of background I've come from. But then I pursued my engineering, and then I did my MBA.
Hmm.
And that entrepreneurship ka kira hit me when I was doing my MBA. But then again, I understood businesses and all, but nobody taught me how do I get started. That
Right.
was my main hitch that was stopping me from doing. I always wanted to do something, I didn't know what and how. That is what your course enabled me to do.
Got it. And did you like discover digital marketing through us only, or were you doing marketing before, or trying to watch videos? Because out of all businesses out there, right? Because you could have done anything that you wanted. Why did you particularly want to enter digital marketing as your, as the main industry or as the main business?
Yeah. So before quitting my job, I was working with big Indian corporates, and in digital marketing job profiles, where
Right.
I used to work with agencies.
Hmm.
I used to coordinate with the agencies and get things done from them.
Got
But
it.
while I was doing all that, I realized that earlier when we used to drive through huge flyovers or near airports, we used to see those big billboards.
Hmm.
And while I started working in those digital marketing with those digital marketing agencies, I realized that one day those billboards are going to be replaced by Google ads and Facebook ads.
Right.
That is where the marketing is going towards now.
Hmm.
And I still believe that, and with COVID and all, my belief has become even more firm. Businesses that were not online have started realizing kuch ho na ho, they have to get online.
Exactly. Very
Yeah.
true. So you
So
saw that potential and the opportunity in this area, so you thought that, I should probably do something of my own in this, right?
yes. There
Got it.
was a huge gap also between people who needed the services and people who were providing the services. And in fact, people did not realize when I used to tell people that I work in the digital marketing sphere, and they did not know what exactly is digital marketing. I had to explain to them the kind of ads that you see on Facebook and Instagram, and that's how I used to explain to them. But now almost everybody understands what digital marketing is. Now I don't find it difficult to
To
explain to
explain.
my friends and family what
Hmm.
exactly I'm doing. Everybody now knows what digital marketing is.
Right. Considering we've been glued to our phones for like 2 years now, almost. So,
Yeah,
I mean, COVID has been like a blessing and a bane as well, like at the same time. So
People
that's
who have been able to, make use of the opportunity, they have been the biggest gainers.
right. Absolutely. So thankfully that you and I were in this space at the right time.
I
So
know.
okay, so Anuja, that's like pretty impressive. Now, the other thing that I want to know is, since you explained to me that you were, you booked a call after watching a training and whatnot. Before booking that call, what was like your search history on YouTube? I know it might sound like weird, but search history regarding digital marketing. What exactly were you searching for, and why do you think that those videos or whatever you blog articles or whatever you read did not benefit you? Why didn't they benefit you?
So I used to search about what is SEO, how to do SEO,
Hmm.
right? And then what is Facebook ads, what is content strategy, what is digital marketing strategy, stuff like that, and best digital marketing course in India or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then everything was very, generic. They used
Right.
to say, this is what you need to do, but how do I approach it? There's a strategy behind it, then there's a technicality behind it. For example, Facebook ads, and they used to say that create a business or Facebook account and then you can run ads. But what exactly is an ad campaign? What exactly is an ad set? And then a very basic question, what is the minimum budget that I can start with?
Mm-hmm.
Is it rupees 50 or is it rupees 1 or is it rupees 100 or 300? What is it? And is this constant for all markets? Is this constant for all industries? So these are the questions where everybody gets stuck, right? And these are the questions that I have got answers to in your course. That
Got it.
you should at least start with this kind of a campaign. Like first start with a 1000 page likes campaign,
Hmm.
right? And then what is the anatomy of a Facebook ad? It's a campaign and then ad sets and then ad creatives. And then how do you test ads? And what is the minimum budget that you should at least start with in an Indian market? So these
Right.
are the kinds of answers that you find nowhere. So how
Absolutely.
to log in and how to create an ad that everybody is going to say. But what is the difference between a traffic ad campaign and a conversion campaign?
Hmm.
Why you should run or not run a traffic campaign and why you should run or not run a conversion campaign.
Right.
And then digital marketing, like you've told us in your course that we should provide services which, with where you have to give 20% effort and you generate 80% of results from. So
Mm-hmm.
there are plethora of digital marketing services. I can do SEO, I can do Google ads, I can do Facebook ads. But how do I drill down on my niche and then what are the kind of services they are looking for, and that is where I should focus. I should not focus on providing all 100 services. I should only focus on providing those 5 services which my clients need,
Absolutely.
not what I know, and not what takes a lot of my time and gives me burnouts.
Hmm.
I can only give the most valuable services.
Got it. I could tell for sure that you went through the course properly because you know the concepts like by heart now, considering that you watched the course, I think like a year ago or.
That not just once I've gone through your course, I keep going back to your course again and again. I still
Okay.
find those lectures very helpful.
And you will you will love the new ones for sure. So.
I'm just waiting, especially after the the Apple updates, iOS updates. So I need an update.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean that brings like to me to another point. Like, with this whole update thing going on, I think the person who can really teach this stuff is somebody who's like really doing it. And you just can't just go about creating a course without knowing, what's happening. So I think there's that. Now, that being said, then you booked the call, you understood the problems, and then I Pratham like explained to you that this is what is included. You went through the videos and all those things, and then obviously on the call we didn't ask you for a few hundred rupees. Like it was a decent investment. So considering, Anuja, that two things, and this is like something that I'm really curious to ask you. Considering, like, as you just told me that you come from, you, like, your dad, he was a government employee, right? And you yourself had a job, and you had followed that whole path that the Indian society, so called, even I did, right? So you kind of like followed that whole path, like go to school, go to college, do engineering, then MBA, and then get a job. So you followed all that stuff, and you didn't come from a family of like entrepreneurs, and we pitched you an amount which was decent for you. So how did you convince yourself that I should actually do this, and this is an investment rather than like how most people think who are doing a job or something, that, oh, it's a cost, right? Like I don't want to like do it. I just want to stick to my rigid routine. So how did you develop that mindset, and how did you go about deciding that I should make this investment?
Yeah. So believe it or not, those few thousand bucks that I paid you were probably the last few thousand bucks that were in my savings account after I quit my job, and the rest were all, invested.
Right.
So, and I'd been saving that amount to sustain me for a few more months. So when I attended your training, so it was almost 2 or 3 months when I had been pursuing those free courses and free videos, and I was getting certified and putting those up on LinkedIn. But then after attending your training and after discussing with Pratham, when I sat and thought about it, the first question that I had in my mind that was to be answered was that I tried whatever was there in my hands, right? I pursued courses, and without investing, I tried to do a lot of things. But where did that get me? That did not get me anywhere in the last 3 or 4 months,
Right.
right? That means something had to change. I had to do something about it, and I didn't know what was that something and where do I get started, right? And the kind of requirements I had was exactly the kind of promises you guys were making, that this is what we will teach you. And in Pratham's call, he actually made me realize even more that what I was losing by not pursuing this. So I realized that I could very well go on by not investing that sum, but then I would not land up anywhere.
Hmm.
I had to make some change. And if this was the price for it, if this was the risk for it, then so be it. Let me at least see. And I knew that if by pursuing this course, if nothing changed in the next 2 3 months, or after, if I was not able to do anything, I knew that I had to get back to a job. Luckily,
Right.
I had a degree to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew, and I still know, that if nothing else works, I can always go back to my job. And it's not like I have been sitting idle for the last 1.5 years. I've been doing a lot of things, and I can show my website, I can show my experience, and this will definitely come.
Hmm.
I knew that I'm not sitting idle. I can definitely fall back on my degree and the kind of
Right.
experience and knowledge I'm gaining. So this was definitely worth the try. Something had to change, and probably this was it. So that helped me take the decision.
Got it. And hopefully now you never have to go back to any job ever again. Amazing. So, okay, then you paid for the program, you got access to everything, and this is the group, this is the call, this is the course, right? Then what happened? Like, because I'm sure that, there was like a lot of information just given to you suddenly. How did you go about consuming it, and all the way to like, signing that first client which you emailed me about? I think that was pretty fast as well, though. So, what was the journey like?
Yeah. So I started with the course, and the first module was about the mindset,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when I was doing those free courses, nobody spoke to us about the mindset. Like, what is the mindset that we should be, and how do we make sales? Like, what are the sales scripts and all that? So I went through all that very, very diligently, and I was quite excited. So I have always been academic, and I love learning.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to keep learning. So this was a new thing, and like a baby who gets a new book, this was a course for me, and I wanted to grasp as much as I wanted. So I learned everything as much as I could and followed them step by step. And I learned about your sales pitch, the mindset, and then I set about cold emailing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you have said that we need to send at least 100 emails before we jump on to some conclusion. So
Right.
I sent about 40 to 50 emails, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from those emails, I got about 10 responses,
Right.
right? And then some went through, some did not. Some people attended the call and all that. But then the first response that I got and the first call that I said, that person fortunately became my first client.
Wow.
That call went so well, and while I was taking the sales call, I had the sales script open on another window, and I was taking the call from another window, and I always kept referring back, and I followed whatever scripts, and on top was your script, and then some draft, some changes that I had made, and those scripts were below, and I kept referring back, and then I don't know, something happened, probably it was luck or whatever. I was able to close my first client because I had some experience also. I was not jittery in my sales call. That also helped me. But then I was able to close that, and I was like on ninth, cloud. But then once that call closed and I told my client that I accept only in advance and so amount has to be paid before the services had to start. So she also agreed for that. But then after the payment came, then I thought, where do I start now? Now that I have closed the client, what do I do? She had, taken a few services. By then, I had not even completed your course. So I had to complete your course and then start with her services. So that the first few weeks were a little difficult. I had to complete your course and I had to also give services to the client.
Right.
So that first client was good, a good experience. I knew that was just probably a luck, and that is not a norm. Like, I won't be able to close all clients that I speak to.
Mm-hmm.
That reality dawned on me a few weeks later once I attended a few more calls. That okay, that was luck. Not that I am doing something too exceptional. I'll be able to each and every client. Yeah. After that, I started providing my services, and pretty soon I realized that I won't be able to provide so many services. So in that, I was providing a plethora of services,
Mm-hmm.
and I was actually getting burned out. Right? For the price that they were paying, of course they accepted my proposal because I was providing a lot of services to them at that price point, which I realized later, and I was getting burned out. So then I realized that in my future, when I speak to my future clients, either I have to increase my price point or I have to reduce the number of services to only those services which are going to consume less of my time.
80-20.
So as of now, yes, 80-20. So as of now, I prefer not taking clients whose social media handles I have to handle, like creating creatives and all that,
Yeah.
those skills. Then I have to hire graphic designers. So even if I do, I say that in a week, probably 2 or 3 posts, or there's a limit to how much I can post. Otherwise, people will expect you post five stories in a day and
Exactly.
5 posts in a day.
Hmm.
So that's not possible, and especially I don't have the product, I can't photograph, and there's a lot of limitation. So I prefer not to take clients whose entire this thing I only have to handle. So I can now pick and choose my clients. That is the biggest thing. Earlier, anybody who is paying me, I used to get excited and I used to accept their offer, and I used to start working for them. But now I know that this client is suitable or not suitable, and I pick and choose my clients.
Right. And
So
hopefully you have raised your prices as well.
yes. Otherwise, it was not possible for one person to give so many services, and actually, there's a lot of burnout that happens, and very few people talk about it. But social media managers get burnt out.
Right, absolutely. I mean, that's what most digital marketers think, in my opinion, that, if I just offer more things, then that will impress the client and, they would be satisfied. But the fact is, if you just offer few things that produce the result, they'll be much happier and they will pay you more as well, right?
Absolutely. So now when I talk to my clients, I don't talk about aesthetic feeds. I don't talk about more followers and more engagement. I talk about sales. That
Right,
I'm going to do these things, and at the end of the day, you are going to make sales.
right,
And that
absolutely.
is what they like about my pitch, and that is what people, a lot of people in the industry that I've spoken to, some of those women have not taken my services, but they have given me references, because I
Wow.
don't pitch a lot of things here and there. I talk on point, and they, even if they don't take my services, but then they would like to give references and maybe get in touch with me in future.
Right.
So that's the biggest takeaway for me.
Got it. So what I'm excited to hear about is when that client of yours, like, because sometimes, it's like totally at random, as you said. Sometimes people have to send 500 emails before maybe they get their first client. Sometimes, you just get on the 100th or 50th one, as you just said, right? So when you got that client, Anuja, when like the money was transferred in your bank account, okay, what happened? Like, considering, and I could like picture your scenario. You had just like left your job and you were on this conquest to be an entrepreneur. And I'm not even joking. A lot of people, it takes them a year or 2 years before they even manage to sign their first client, right? So
Yeah.
when you got that money in your bank account, what happened? How did you feel?
I was on cloud nine. This is the first income that I made without depending on a job or a salary. This was something that I've done on my own. And, I of course, gave treat to my family members and all that. So, yeah, there was that excitement. Like I can't describe it. It was like my first salary, the kind of excitement people get when they receive their first salary. So yeah, that amount that I received was much lower than what I used to receive as a salary, but the excitement was equally good.
Got it.
Yeah, and then after I received the money, like I told you, that the reality dawned. How do I get started?
Right.
So that's the biggest. Now that I have my client, and now that someone is paying me for my services, I have to be on point.
Right. Absolutely. Got it. So then that first client was signed, and then, as you explained to me, you ended up signing, I think, two to three retainers you have now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. So what was like the procedure with that? Like, through, one client developed into others, or did you like approach more people on email or something as well?
So, surprisingly, I have never run a Facebook ad for my own self. Luckily, cold emails have worked so well for me. So if today, I know the kind of emails that will grab people's attention. I now have a recipe. I now have a email subject line that I know if I write 20 emails with the subject line and with the right kind of prospects, I'm definitely going to get at least five strategy calls. Out of that, I'm going to close at least one client.
Right.
So as of now, I have three retainer clients, and I know that whenever I have the bandwidth to take another one, I am going to have to write 20 more emails, and I'm going to definitely close one client from there. So
Right.
that formula has become as easy as that.
Wow. So like it's a predictable system that you have now, rather than, relying on hope that when exactly my next paycheck will come from. You have something reliable for you, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Got it.
And then, all thanks to Ubility, I have a wonderful community. People talk very less about community. So this community is all about community over competition. People help each other out, and then if I have pitched to a client with services that are way beyond my capabilities, I know that I have a community to reach out to, who will definitely help out, or I can outsource those services to somebody else rather than letting that lead go.
Absolutely, yeah. I think environment definitely does play a big impact when you are surrounded by the right kind of people who have the kind of set of skills that you may require in the future for your projects. And a lot of people before joining this program think that, oh, but Rohan, if there are so many digital marketers or so many other consultants or coaches, won't there be competition? And the fact is that, as you can see, everybody is, they are actually helping each other out rather than, hiding secrets or whatever. Because there are so many clients in the world that not one person would be able to ever capture. So I think that's the
There are
beauty.
some of business owners who need help than digital marketers who are providing services and
Absolutely.
good ones who know their stuff.
Absolutely. Got it. So, Anuja, then, right now at this point, like as you were saying, how much are you at since the time you joined Uability? Like, what are you doing per month now?
Yeah, so when I started, I had just left my job. I was at zero. And
Right.
then my first line was for 15K. And then here and there, I used to get some small projects like a small website development worth 5K, 10K, or something like that. So right now, I'm charging upwards of 25, somewhere between 25 to 40K with lesser efforts, right? So I have a lot of bandwidth and I can take more number of clients simultaneously, and I'm making somewhere between 70 to 80K month on month, and
Wow.
I am comfortable at that because I know that whenever I have the bandwidth or whenever I'm okay to take up more number of clients, I can just send 20 more emails and close one more client from there.
Wow. I think you are at a stage where you could start considering building that female team of yours eventually to scale, right?
Hopefully so. Yeah.
Absolutely. That'll be amazing to see, Anuja. Now, one quick thing before I moved on to the last few questions I had was regarding this email thing. So, a lot of people ask me, Ron, what's like the best way to write copy or send these emails, that subject line, what's like that hidden hack or whatever. Anuja, what's like your response to that? How do you think you were able to develop this kind of email template that you have so much confidence that whenever you're going to send it, it will work? How did you go about developing that, and what tips you would like to recommend to somebody else?
Yeah, so some of those tips I have received from your course itself, but then I had shortlisted a few email subject lines from there, and only after sending, say, 50 emails, I was able to understand that this is the email headline. Email headline, I feel, is the most important thing that grabs someone's attention. So
Right.
only after sending 50 emails with say four different subject lines, I now know that whenever I send emails with that particular subject line will get me clients. And in fact, a few people have even got back to me saying that. Like we receive a lot of emails from so many digital marketers, but that email of yours, that subject line of yours has actually grabbed that attention, and you are definitely doing something right,
Mm-hmm.
because I could have otherwise ignored all other 50 emails that I received in a day, and I have actually booked the session with you. That means you're doing something right.
Got it.
So it's about testing and understanding the pain points of your customer very well.
Very critical. So I think at the second point that you said, understanding the pain points of your customers is so critical, because I think great marketing comes when you understand your customers very well. And if Anuja didn't have knowledge about her market, like she wouldn't have been able to write these emails, right? So I think that's a valuable lesson. And by the way, I want to point out that Anuja has not spent any money on ads to acquire these clients. A lot of people love posting their revenue numbers, but I'm sure that this, like, she spent zero to like basically zero, I
Please.
think, literally,
Yeah, yeah.
to
Yeah.
acquire these customers. So that's all profit. So just wanted to clarify that before anybody starts wondering, oh, how much did she spend on ads? So that's clarified. Now, last two questions, Anuja, I had for you. Before you actually go, if you could go back in time and talk to the Anuja who was like still watching those YouTube videos, was still kind of like stuck, and thinking about being an entrepreneur, what advice would you give to that Anuja if you could go back in time?
Um, it's okay. You don't need a lot of language, and you don't need to complete that particular course. Say any particular course to actually start getting clients. You can start getting clients while you are pursuing. The most important thing is to start, and then have
Exactly.
confidence in yourself that you are going to sail through. Whenever you face a problem, you should have that confidence in yourself that whatever comes, you are going to definitely fulfill the promise that you've made to the client somehow, because at the end of the day, the client is paying their hard-earned money to you, for you to generate some results.
Absolutely.
So start, doing that dream consultancy or dream agency of yours. Start that journey and have confidence in yourself.
Got it. So, two pieces of advice: just get started and have confidence in yourself. So, uh, fantastic, Anuja. It was a great interview. Anuja, if anybody watching this video, maybe they're interested in knowing more about what exactly you do, or maybe they just want to get in touch with you for your services, what's the best way to contact you?
So my website is www.brandmateconsult.com. We specialize in social media marketing for handmade businesses online, and you can also write to me at hello@brandmateconsult.com.
Amazing. So what I'll do is I'll take these links and this email from Anuja, and I'm going to put this in the description below so that anybody interested, by all means, go check her out. She's totally amazing at what she does. That's the reason why her clients are paying her money, obviously. So definitely go check her out. She's doing a wonderful job, and I'm sure that she will also be able to help you out. And Anuja, just before we end this interview, any final words or advice you would like to also give to somebody who's on the fence of joining UAbility? Maybe they're deciding, should I join this? Should I not join this? What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, so the thing is, if you're also stuck with me with all the galore of information that's there, and if nothing has worked and you are clueless, how do you get started and what kind of structure should you go with and how do you package your services and all that, if you're having questions like these in your mind, then Uability is the post for you. You have a wonderful mentor and you have wonderful specialists. For example, Pratham is the best at what he does, Rohan is the best at what he does, and the course is going to give you that push that you need to get started, and
Awesome.
you will not regret it, and you are going to have the help of a beautiful community who help each other out.
Wow. Great. So Anuja, thank you so much for taking out the time and sharing your, entire experience with everybody. And congrats again, just before you go, the results that you've achieved. And I'm sure, please don't mind if after a year or something I contact you again for another interview, because you will have that team of females, just like how you were saying. So
Hopefully.
yeah, absolutely. So thanks again, and everyone else, do check out Anuja's website. And if you are interested in getting results like Anuja, book a call with us. We'll be happy to help.